Why do you hate girls drinking matcha?
Because you can drink matcha, you can like it, just don't make it your personality. Just drink it and shut up.
I've never seen Gayu so angry.
Yeah, and I don't think so many people can like matcha in the first place.
I think matcha is the biggest gaslighting I've ever felt in our generation, because it's like, I know 90% of you don't like it, okay? I know it tastes like either grass or fish.
Tastes like pussy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Shan, why are you late today?
How am I late? We're all here together.
We started 20 minutes after we were supposed to.
So I'm doing this thing where I'm trying to sleep early. So I slept at 3 a.m.
Okay.
And then I woke up at like 11:30.
It's 5:30. What is the point?
And then I kept sleeping. And it's one of those days where you just keep sleeping.
Yeah, I respect that, man.
Thanks,
I
man.
know like mental health is a
Dude,
difficult
get a
conversation
room,
right
man.
now.
And it's mental health,
His room is inside his ass, that's the problem.
mental health, men's day, men's month. Mental health.
Every day is
men's
men's
mental
day.
health.
No.
And
Not like that.
we need to actually create the space to have these conversations. It's very fruitful to
Yeah.
be creating a space in which men are capable of.
Speaking about men feeling things, did you see Virat Kohli's reaction to winning the title after 18 long years?
Yeah, Gayu, how do you feel about the...
I don't feel anything. I'm the wrong person for this episode.
I feel like 9 months from now, Anushka Sharma will be giving birth to a baby.
Again?
Oh yeah, because on the night of the final, they were still...
Yeah, but
What
there's
is
something called condoms, you know, right?
Yeah, but like,
But the happiness.
yeah, the joy. You're so engrossed in the moment that you decide to go raw.
I feel like before the game, I generally wanted Punjab to win because I wanted Sarpanch Shreyas to...
Sarpanch Saab,
Shut up, Shamini.
cutie Shreyo.
Shamini is the biggest crush on Shreyas.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but I support you.
So I wanted Sarpanch Shreyas and Punjab Kings to win it because also Ricky Ponting is there and
And
like...
Preeti Zinta.
and Preeti Zinta.
for life.
But it didn't happen. Virat Kohli won, but when I saw him cry in that moment, it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Was he sitting on your shoulder? What the
No, because like the great man finally won what he always wanted to win, which means he's one of
What
the
for
only
18 years? How many years? What is
After
it?
18 years.
after 18 years. So he's one of the only cricket players who has won everything. Like he has won the under 19 World Cup, he has won the 50 over World Cup, he has won the 20 over World Cup, and now he has won the
Champions
IPL,
Trophy.
Champions Trophy, everything.
Is there any like tournament for like test cricket? Like what's
Yeah, there's
the
World Test
pinnacle?
cricket, but like India's never won. They reached the finals twice and they never won. But that's a relatively new concept. So the only other person who has won everything, I think, very easily was Dhoni. But Dhoni was never in the under 19 team. So Virat Kohli. is
Yeah,
the
I
greatest.
genuinely like felt so happy for him. But midway through the match, I switched sides and I started supporting Sarpanch Saab
Wait,
Yeah.
you were supporting RCB,
RCB,
you know?
yeah.
Then why you went?
because Shreyas Iyer, dude.
Every time they kept showing Shreyas Iyer, she
I
was
kept
trying-
melting. My conviction in RCB
Cricket?
kept reducing.
But did you guys see what happened after that during the victory celebrations
That
in
was
Bangalore?
really sad.
I also only recently heard about this when he told me, because it was all about, because everybody was sharing like the winning and
Yeah,
Virat
yeah.
Kohli hugging Anushka Sharma. and all
Yeah.
that. I had no idea about this. Do you wanna?
So, funnily enough, this year was the first year I went for an IPL game because I was doing something with Puma and RCB, and I went for a game, I think, a month and a half back. And like, I've been to Chennai. Oh, this is my second IPL game. So, the first IPL game I went to was in Chennai. And in Chennai and with CSK, it's all about like Dhoni. Nobody cares about the team. But when you go to the Chinnaswamy Stadium, that area around that, it's like how you go for a Kerala Blasters game here because everybody's crazy about the team. That entire like 3-4 streets leading up to the
Yeah,
stadium.
the fandom is insane.
Yeah, leading up to the stadium is closed. There are cops everywhere. And one thing I noticed is, so there are these main roads, right? Bangalore is a very developed city, so there are main roads. And the stadium is in the middle of the city. So the entry for people into these stadiums, first of all, the stadium has a wall all around. And the entry into the stadium is through like these small doors. And that, there's a footpath and then there's a divider which makes sure that nobody spills onto the road. But that area is very like constricted. Like there's no space. Like even during a game which was a normal group game, It was really claustrophobic, and it was really like
So it's like a narrow passage.
yeah, there's a narrow passageway, and during this time the whole entire thing was blocked, and people just got crushed to death, and like they
Yeah,
fainted. A lot of
basically
people fainted, and
the stadium's capacity is supposed to be around 35,000
Yeah.
odd numbers, and the number of people who showed up to this victory parade was around 1.5 to 2 lakhs.
yeah.
And it's not a ticketed event,
Triple
right?
the amount.
No, so right before the game, right before the
They moved to the- yeah.
facilitation thing in the stadium, they made it free. That means
Felicitation.
Felicitation, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said
Facilitation.
facilitation.
Okay. I'm autistic, but you understood. So right before that, they made it free. So whoever enters first can go in.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then people from all over the state just like
Went
fucking came.
crazy. And it's also because, so basically they were first at this Vidhan Sabha or something.
Yeah, that's like close by.
Yeah, it's like the parliament area. And from there, they were going to the stadium. So initially, they said they'll cancel the victory parade. I don't know if these are rumors, but I remember seeing that this celebration is not going to happen because RCB said we don't have the manpower to control what's
Not
going to
RCB,
happen.
the police said they don't.
Or the police said. And then I think the government, the ruling party said, we're going to go ahead with it. And so they announced this free entry situation, first come, first serve basis. And like people were already inside the stadium, so they didn't know what was happening outside. But eventually the news started breaking out that there were 11 people who passed away.
Yeah, all kids.
Yeah, all kids.
11 years old,
Like
13 years old.
under the age of 40. Everybody is under the age of 40.
The youngest was 11 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they had to obviously cut short the celebrations and stuff. But honestly, like, I don't understand. Like, who do you think is to blame over here? Because people are attacking RCB, but I don't think
No.
RCB had anything to do with this.
Like this is something I've noticed everywhere in India. It's always the government and the cops. Like they don't know how to manage crowds. They don't have any systems in place to
Yeah.
manage large crowds.
There's
But
no
that's what-
safety measures anywhere.
No, but if
And
the
there's no
police
value
has
for
said,
life.
if
There's
the
no value
police
for
has
life.
said we can't manage this, shouldn't the government have not done it like this?
Yeah, but like think about India, right? Suppose imagine a top cop says, "Oh, we can't manage this." Like I'm not saying this is what happened, but like this is extremely possible in India where a top cop says we are not going to be able to manage that many people come. There could be some head of RCB who is like, "Oh, I'll call the minister," and then the minister calls the cop and says, "No, we are going to go ahead with it anyway." So that's how India
It's
works.
beyond the cops,
Yeah.
the control.
Because like if you look at the administrative systems in India, like people who are supposed to sort of put into action our laws and our systems and stuff, everywhere, every department, all stakeholders are understaffed. Whether it's the police, it's the legal, like your judges, your courts, wherever, everybody is understaffed. Even schools, right? Teachers and stuff. So it becomes very hard to implement policy in a country like India where your population is so massive. So I blame the government for letting this happen. I don't blame the police. I don't blame the team. But
But
to
I
me,
feel like
it's-
someone should go to jail for it. Like
Of
'cause,
course.
like 11 people died
Yeah.
it's not by accident. it
Yeah,
was
but
by-
they've put in some RCB officials inside. They've put in, I think all the top cops have had to step down.
So top cops resigned and they are under
Resigned or
investigation.
suspended. I don't know.
Yeah, and then the RCB's officials have been caught, and then DNA, which is the organization
Yeah.
which makes all these things happen, like they are the event organizers.
Yeah.
Their top officials have also been caught.
So it's just, I think it's just like shunning off responsibility onto whoever's an easier scapegoat.
Like you saw the picture of the kids, like it is heartbreaking.
It's incredibly sad, especially because we already had an incident like this in Hyderabad, right? When that actor Allu Arjun something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had went for a movie screening, and then
Yeah.
I
One
think
day.
But
Lady
that
died, no?
again
lady died, yeah.
fell on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he
yeah.
was in lockup for some time.
one day.
Again, I
One
don't
time, yeah.
understand. But yeah.
But yeah, that was quite a dark day.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised nobody was talking about this more. Like usually, like you
No,
see it
people
on-
have been like
People have been talking.
they've been
Yeah,
going
it's been
crazy.
all
But the issue is again, like the fandom is so crazy that they are still concentrating on the victory because it's come to them after 18 years. So there are people who are talking about the Stampede also, but then they're also talking about the victory. So I guess the news is sort of getting, like overshadowed.
Shadowed, yeah.
Yeah, but also they beat Punjab. Like,
But Punjab played
Punjab,
really well.
baby.
yeah, they played well, but they're not like a They're not like a top team.
I mean,
it's not
dude,
beating CSK
you're
in the
talking
final.
like the broadcasters, man. They wanted a Mumbai.
Yeah, it's not like they
RCB.
beat
But I
Mumbai.
feel like if Mumbai and RCB came into the final, Mumbai would have won.
Yeah,
Just
100%
because
because of
of
that mentality, because they have that finals.
Yeah, but they didn't come. Guys,
Yeah.
you don't like
Like, I feel like they're
I'm just
taking-
watching here.
No, for me, I like RCB the team, but their fans are just like, oh my god.
Why?
there's some- So there are 2-3 types of fans I hate. One is an Arsenal fan. They're
Okay.
like
They usually tend to be
Yeah.
annoying.
annoying.
I
in
used to
what
hate-
way? Like, explain yourself.
I used to hate Chelsea fans.
Chelsea.
What I've-
Chelsea is
fans
just
are-
arrogant.
Chelsea, they become
Used to.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chelsea, I feel like they're real.
I'm saying
Arsenal fans, for some reason, the trope I've seen is they'll be like sports journalists. They'll be sort of like condescending. They'll be like readers. This is what I've seen with the trend with Arsenal, and then Arsenal fans, and they tend to be very, very fucking irritating about being Arsenal fans.
Somebody more irritating than Arsenal fans are Barcelona fans.
Yeah.
I feel
Why?
like Barcelona fans and RCB fans are like
What?
But what is? Yeah. So give me.
no. For example, like you should only be as boastful about your team as their performances
Why
on the
are
pitch.
you a United fan again?
Yeah, I never talk about who's United.
We don't know. They're not united anymore.
I've also, I used to be a United fan. I used to be really fucking loud, and life has humbled me, and I don't talk anymore.
Yeah,
And
same.
in fact, I have transferred. Like, if players can transfer one club to another, even,
You're an
fans.
Iraq
should also-
fan now.
I'm an Iraq fan. Baghdad.
So do you know the meaning of loyalty, Sharat?
Saddam Hussein.
You were supporting RCB, then you were supporting.
I am not a loyal supporter. I have never been a loyal supporter of any team in this.
Yeah,
IPL.
but
really?
Yeah.
But like-
why
whatever.
are RCB fans annoying?
RCB fans, just the way they how invested they are. Yeah, like, see, so your fandom or how loud you should be on social media or anywhere is dependent on your team's results. Like, RCB fans usually fight with CSK fans. There is not even a conversation. Okay, I'll give you the conversation between a diehard RCB fan and a diehard CSK fan. RCB fan till 2 weeks back or till 5 days back, they have never won anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so RCB fan will fight with CSK fans. CSK fans will respond by saying, "We have 5 cups. Okay, you have nothing."
Sit down.
Okay,
Be humble.
yeah. Please behave yourself. And CSK fans they're nicer.
Okay, wait.
Wait, let me finish. They're nicer.
They're less toxic.
Yeah,
right?
less toxic. And obviously, life has been good to them.
Yeah.
So CSK, and this conversation happens because suddenly RCB have been doing well, and CSK in the last 2-3 years have been like a little patchy in the form. So CSK will say, "We have 5 cups. What do you have?" RCB will respond to that by saying, "Jail, jail, jail."
What does that mean?
What that means is, there were 2 years when
Where they
CSK
were,
was banned from the IPL because the owner of CSK, one of the owner's son-in-law was caught
Match fixing.
not match fixing. He was caught betting on games, and there was a lot of allegations of match fixing, whatever. So for 2 years, CSK was banned. So the IPL started 18 years ago, out of which CSK has only played 16 years. Okay, so the RCB guy's logic is jail, jail, jail. In fact, when RCB and CSK play, some RCB fans wear like jail costume where they're like, striped.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That
Which
is
is
so
sold right
lame.
outside the Chinnaswamy for people to wear.
That
Okay,
is
so they say jail FC, whatever. They make fun of CSK fans like that. But my logic to this is, bro, you guys have played 18 years. They have only played 16 years. They still have 5 more titles. How is this a fucking conversation?
Okay, but now I want to ask you.
Yeah, like how?
Okay.
Yeah, this is, you're in fact validating CSK more.
I get it, but you have been a fan of Kerala Blasters. They have
Okay. Now we
never
no,
won.
No, Shamini. I will send you back to Gujarat. Okay? This is a touchy topic.
I just want to understand, because you're such a diehard fan of Kerala Blasters, they've never won. How can you, of all people, not relate to RCB?
No,
The thing
I
is, I-
relate to
I- as
RCB,
a-
but I'm not screaming out of the top of my lungs about
Yeah, Kerala Blasters fans,
they
I feel
won't
like we're
go and
humbled.
pick a fight.
Yeah.
We've been humbled, and also,
Yeah, but-
we also more than we.
It's just having faith in your club, right?
No, the difference is I feel like RCB fans are just irritating, but Kerala Blasters fans, we recognize the
Dude, you
problem.
don't even
And
watch
let me
cricket.
finish. The problem is that Kerala Blasters fans hate the management. Like, we blame the management for most of the issues, the reason why the club isn't where it's supposed to be. And I think that's not what RCB fans are like. They just blamed everything else other than
Yeah,
the
they're
management.
just toxic.
Like, they have the best players in the league. I mean, I don't know shit about cricket, but I know Virat Kohli is the best.
Virat.
Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli is
Oh,
the
we have
best.
Aishu Speed on the podcast.
Virat Kohli!
But why do you think
Anushka.
they've not won in so many years?
So one of the reasons they haven't won is they concentrate on superstars. So when like in the IPL, it's not like football, right? It's more fair. Each team has a purse. There are retentions where you can retain some of your best players, and then depending on your retentions, you have X amount of money to spend on other players. So they always have they used to have a system where obviously they had Virat Kohli, and they used to have superstars around him, like other batting superstars. So they used to always be batting heavy, and they used to be really bad at bowling. So they could score like 3,000 runs, but the other team will score 3,001. So that's like over the years, that's how it kept happening. But this year they had a balanced side. Like this year they didn't win just because of Virat Kohli. Like I think out of the first 14 games, they had like 9 different man of the matches, which means like everybody was pulling their weight.
Yeah. But so when you're saying their batting side was far superior in the previous editions, that switch has come from the management, or like has
Yeah.
like
In the last IPL auction, the management keeps changing. It's
Yeah.
not always the same people.
Yeah.
So the management changed, and they decided to concentrate on like a proper team.
Gayu, what do you attribute RCB's win?
Yeah. What would you? Yeah.
Anushka Sharma?
I literally have
Lady luck.
nothing to contribute.
Yeah. Just
I feel like their form was off.
their form was off.
No, they.
Initially.
Oh, okay. I was going to say they won, guys.
I was there, not watching. Dude, I have like literally.
Why do you not like cricket? Like what is it?
I've never found that the sport like appealing. Like calling it a sport hurts me personally.
Damn.
And
Like,
I'm gonna
but
be
like-
annihilated
like-
in the comments.
Like
But
I just have to
genuinely-
say, even before the match is being started, when they're warming up, they're playing football.
They were playing football.
They're-
And I was
they-
like,
even they don't
know.
like the sport.
Even they know football is the better sport. No, but it's never appealed to me, and I've also like I told growing up, like it's cut all my cartoon time. That was like when I was a child, I used to be like, oh fuck this.
And
sport
nothing
or
I've noticed
whatever.
about cricket. Yeah, sorry.
No, but I just never found it like how I sit and watch football. Even though I don't follow it anymore, if I see a game, sometimes I get invested as I'm watching it. There's some I don't know how to explain it. But with cricket, I've not felt that need to like sit and watch. There was never an interest. Like everybody around me was always interested in cricket. It just never happened.
Even India-Pakistan matches don't like...
No, I remember when I was growing up, those matches, and like I feel like that time people were much more invested in the game. Like I remember the players and everything, but now I have like I don't know.
Noticed.
And another thing about cricket is, you watch a football match. At halftime, either one team is winning or one team is losing, or it's a draw. But you can ask the question, hey, is this team winning? But in cricket, unless it's the final fucking 20 minutes and you know the run rate and you know how many runs are left to score,
Yeah.
if you ask a cricket fan a question, hey, who's winning? They don't have an answer.
They're like, hey, it's
It
a
could be this,
chance.
it could be that.
But isn't that the exhilarating part of it? Like you have to wait till the end to find out what's going to happen.
But that's what, like in football,
It's
it's
like a
interesting because
nail-biting thing.
if Spain is leading 3-0, you know that Spain is winning, and then France came from behind to beat Spain. Just an example. So you know that one person is already winning, and then somebody beat the odds to beat that person. But in cricket, what are the odds, man? Okay, you score 120 runs in some match, some number of over match, and that's a very low run rate. Okay, you can tell, okay, these guys are winning. But that doesn't mean that team will win necessarily.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of it, no? It's the same thing as France coming from behind.
No, it's different because you still can't say, is this team you can't answer the question, simple question of, is this team winning? You can't answer that question.
Yeah, no. See, for example, when Spain are winning 3-0, you know Spain are winning. If you ask us a direct question, yes, Spain are winning at this moment of time. But for example, if Australia score 250 for 5 in a 50-over game, and India runs 150 for 2, and somebody asks who's winning, there's no answer
Yeah,
because
there's no
like
answer
it's in
until
the
you
middle of
reach
the game.
last 20 minutes.
You don't. It can go to Australia. It can go to India. It can be anything.
Because even this match, Punjab was doing well at
Yeah,
some
they were
point,
doing
and
well,
then
yeah.
like so.
But I like that about the sport.
Yeah, that's
Like
what even...
yeah,
I think
I
that's
like that
the
about
most
the sport.
interesting
I mean, that's
part.
not what bothers me about the sport, but it's just I don't know. I never got into it.
And then you can't play in the rain.
You got play.
That's so, like, you delay the match because I feel like it's very sad. And then you have to dry the field. That's crazy.
Yeah, you got to play the rain.
I watch the sport for a whole different like aspect
Yeah,
of
no.
it. For
Shamini
me,
watches sports dependent on who is trending on Instagram. If they make reels, if they make sappy Bollywood
Oh,
music
dude,
reels
I
about
love
Virat
that.
Kohli, then she's a Virat Kohli fan.
Yeah.
And Rohit Sharma, this is a Rohit Sharma fan. Now that Instagram has exploded with Shreyas Iyer
Shreyas, yeah, yeah.
videos.
No. For me, right now, it is the friendship between Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers is really like hitting me hard.
Yeah.
They were part of RCB.
Ah.
AB de Villiers plays for South Africa. They're both batsmen. They were part of the RCB squad for the longest time, and they've just blossomed this beautiful friendship. He calls him my biscotti and all of that. So it's so cute.
No, it's kind of wholesome because
It is so cute.
Imagine this happening in football. Okay, so RCB, when they were at the peak of their powers in batting, this thing, they had AB de Villiers, Chris Gayle, and Virat Kohli. It's like having Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar.
Yeah, I've seen those photos.
Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar in the same team, but no defense. Right? It's like us defending and they are attacking. But they AB de Villiers and Chris Gayle never won. They retired. So when they reached the finals, these guys, one guy flew from West Indies and the other guy flew from South Africa. And when the trophy ceremony was going on, they were on the.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Like you can see there is this clip of I think someone got out. I think it was Stoinis or someone who plays for Punjab was out, and he's like the last good batsman. And Virat Kohli sort of knew that this was the turning point, like that they have a great chance of winning. When that wicket goes, you can see him turn back to AB de Villiers and go like this, and AB de Villiers has come out from the commentary box and he's like this. So it's so wholesome. Like these are people who are from different countries, have been like part of the national squad in different countries, competing against each other, and they've blossomed this beautiful relationship. I'm there for that plot.
She's there for the plot.
And the other plot I'm there for is Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma.
Oh my god! You know what? After the match, I was like, okay, people are sharing like RCB and all that. More than that, I've seen people just sharing them hug.
Because
I'm like, bro, husband
Yeah,
and
that's
wife.
because Virat Kohli
but
didn't
it's the
celebrate till
context.
he hugged
Yeah.
Anushka.
He
Can you imagine
only
what a great
celebrated-
man he is? He not only won the IPL after 18 years,
Yeah.
he also didn't celebrate till he hugged his wife.
But there's context to that also. So back in the day when they were dating,
I don't know, I could sleep with my eyes open, but go on.
no, back in the dude, if this happened in football, you would be lapping it up.
Yeah, because
Yeah, because there is emotion.
This is also emotion.
Okay. What is the
Back
context?
in the day when
Which
they were
reel taught you
dating-
this? Come on.
No, this is like obvious. You know this. It was viral on Twitter and stuff when people used to blame Anushka Sharma for his bad form.
Eh?
Yeah. They used to
Yeah,
burn
Indians
pictures
are
of
also
her.
like that.
They used to literally burn pictures of Anushka Sharma when Virat Kohli didn't perform, and whether it's IPL or national tournaments, they used to like really diss her and say she's the reason for his downfall, all of that. And she's also a Bangalore girl, like she's grown up in Bangalore and stuff, so she also has her own reasons for supporting Bangalore. But basically, since they've dated and gotten married, it's been 11 years since she's been attending every match, listening to all of this backlash. And so for him, it was like, oh, she's been through all of it with me, so I need to celebrate with her.
What's happened with David Beckham and Victoria Beckham? Just saying.
It was
But yeah,
so
go on.
cute. It was so cute. Like,
What are the I feel like, but the reason I like cricket the most is because like I'm patriotic, so it's one of the places where
everybody unites.
no, everybody unites, and like if you support the football team or a hockey team or anything, India is not as good. But in cricket, they're the best team, and it's not just that they're the best team. Like the entire ICC is controlled, like the governing body is controlled by India, because India's board BCCI is the most powerful. So you can really see India flexing its muscles
Like it's
over like Australia,
yeah.
England, and these are the guys who actually made cricket. So that's fun to watch.
Yeah,
Them
it's like one
bullies.
of those places where India is
Like,
really
yeah,
like
it's a very tiny example of if India got all the power, they'll definitely be the worst people, because the way they bully the ICC into doing things, it's like it's not like the US and England and all don't do it in other spheres, but in cricket when they do it, it's blatant.
Like?
It's, for example, like you said, right, rain sometimes affects games. Sometimes India has in the calendar when they schedule the games, India will be the only team which, if there's a chance that their game gets rained out, they have a spare day.
Oh.
Other teams don't have it.
even the fact that the World Cup
Yeah,
timing.
World Cup. So the ICC said we need, like, USA is a big area for all these emerging sports. Like Formula One, for them, US is very big. For cricket, US is very big because that's the next market they want to tap
Yeah,
into.
football also.
Yeah, and football also. So they had the 2020 World Cup in US, which is crazy because US doesn't even play the sport properly, right? But USA had a team. For the India-Pakistan game, they had the game in the morning. instead of they're like, okay, it's a great idea to have the game, the
time
World Cup in the USA, but they're like, but our Indians have to watch it, so they kept the game in
That's
New York
crazy.
in the fucking morning so that Indians can sit in the evening and watch it,
Yeah.
disregarding every other nation. India knew exactly where they're going to play, which, and pitch is also very important in cricket. They knew which pitch they're going to play, everything. It is so blatant that they are the most powerful, and they don't like, no excuses.
But I,
But
feel
I
it's
think
fair.
it's also money making,
Yeah,
right?
viewership is
TRP.
biggest in our country.
Yeah.
No, it is, but it shows you an example of, as an emerging country, like you always say, oh, USA are like bullies, or like UK are bullies, or like, these European countries. But this is a very tiny example of, if India gets all the power, they will exactly be like.
Exactly.
But I think that's with anyone. There's no nation who's nice enough to say, you know what, equality.
Yeah,
I'm going to
but
give you
it's
as
beautiful
much
to
as you give
watch.
me.
Like, I
Yeah.
love watching
I
that.
think it's sweet redemption. Like, we need to do this as much as we can. Wow, I'm really turning into one of those people I hate.
What? No.
I feel like this is the year like so many teams entered their trophy drought in football also,
Yeah.
in cricket also.
Yeah, Tottenham and
Tottenham,
Crystal Palace never won a
PSG.
title. PSG, yeah.
yeah,
PSG won what? UCL?
Yeah, Champions League.
Champions League. They couldn't win it with Messi and Neymar, but they won it with Vitinha and Desiree Doué.
Do we here?
Wait, where is that guy now?
Which?
What's his name? The French dude.
Mbappe,
Ah.
Real Madrid.
Oh.
That guy.
That guy. Oh yeah.
That's much better than how I described
This-
him.
Hello. Yeah, Virat. Congratulations on the
Virat
Virat
nahi hai.
Yeah, bro.
Cut the call!
Anushka also wants to talk. One second, guys. Anushka's on the call.
This is not your improv class. Can you please cut the call?
Sorry, we gotta go.
Virat.
Virat.
Virat Kohli.
But yeah.
Does he have a dialogue that he says?
Actually,
He's famous for saying
Benjo.
benjo.
What really?
So that's why there's a joke
I
that
was going to say he's so well spoken.
no, he is for a person
That's
who's
what
not
I-
even gone like completed school. He's really well
What,
spoken.
really?
Yeah. He was
He's
playing
so
for the
well-spoken, like-
national
No, you see the
squad.
transition, like if you've seen, there's a very cute clip of Virat Kohli, maybe we can put it, where, so Virat Kohli is a Delhi boy.
Yeah.
And you know how Delhi boys are. So he is the quintessential Delhi
Charming.
boy. Yeah, charming and well-spoken, yes.
Sure.
And respectful. So there's a video where Virat Kohli has his first TV interview. Have you seen this video? So he has a first TV interview. He finishes the interview and he enters this room where all his friends are sitting, and they're all waiting for him. And he's so excited. He's like, wow, my first interview ho gaya. And all his friends are hugging him. And they're like, oh
That's so
my
cute.
God.
Yeah.
And to see him right now, the transition is fucking crazy. And there's one interview where he's wearing some graphic T-shirt where he's talking about like fucking women or some shit, some very like
Loud.
childish,
Young boy,
loud,
yeah.
Yeah.
young boy energy. And then she said something. No, so the interviewers asked him something like, if you find out that your date is not that hot, what will you do? And you're already at a restaurant with her, what would you do? He's like, I will leave.
No, it's like a blind date and
Yeah,
you see her.
yeah. And you-
Yes, I've seen.
And then
And now to Anushka, my wife.
No, but also
you need to
there's-
respect women are the
No, I mean, but that's-
transition is crazy. Yeah, it's
That's a-
beautiful to watch.
yeah, but there's that also really famous one where he's like, do I look like the puja part type? So some
Yeah, yeah.
interviewers asking him, oh, are you religious or something?
Oh.
And he's like, do I look like the puja part types? Literally, in the last 3 years, every video of him, which is not him playing cricket, has been going to some temple, attending some sort of like satsang and stuff. It's like the personality switch has been so drastic. You can
How old
literally-
is
He's 36 now. But his movie is going to be like epic.
movie?
I mean, I'm
Right,
sure they're
definitely
making
Oh,
a
okay. I
movie
thought
on
he's
him.
acting. In
No. Like,
Knowing him, he'll be acting in his own movie.
Who do you think will play?
who can play him?
I could play him, no?
First, you learn how to pronounce
play
his name.
yourself first.
He'll say, I'm Virat.
Virat Kohli.
Shah Rukh Khan.
No, Shah Rukh Khan's too old to play him.
Kartik Aaryan.
You.
I'm leaving.
Guys, the movie's not coming out today.
But did you know that his father passed away when he was playing some match? Which one was it?
He
Under
was
19?
playing like no, not under 19. He was very young. But he was playing a match.
Yeah.
Under 19 is pretty
And
young.
he found out and he still continued playing.
Oh
And
shit.
it was like, yeah. So I don't know, he's just, I feel like he's the Ronaldo of our country, but for cricket.
What do we feel about the Trump Musk breakup?
They're my two favorite TikTokers.
I don't know much about this, honestly, but it's like, it's fun to watch it play out.
I just know pieces of this. It's just that when I see these two, I don't want to invest my time in it. I rather just watch anything else, like a girl drinking matcha or whatever. I just don't want to watch this. But yeah, go on.
Why do you hate girls drinking matcha?
Because that can't. You can drink matcha. You can like it. Just don't make it your personality. It is just tea. Just drink it and shut up.
I've never seen Gayu so angry.
Because that is
But what
like.
do you mean? Like what does the matcha personality mean?
Matcha
What,
girly.
what is the master?
No, I'm asking
you
you.
tell me.
We
You
need the
know.
real Gayu, so go on, go on with the rant.
See, it's not just matcha. Like anything becomes a micro trend. Like food to, I don't know, literally any
Pilates.
substance. Yeah, any lifestyle can be a micro trend, which is annoying. But the thing with that is, you can consume it, okay, fine. But that becomes an entire personality. It takes up like 90% of your actual individuality, which I don't understand.
Yeah, and I don't think so many people can like matcha in the first place.
First of all, I think matcha is the biggest gaslighting I've ever felt in our generation, because it's like, I know 90% of you don't like it. Okay, I know it tastes like either grass or fish, but you drink it
Tastes like pussy.
Sheh.
anyway.
Meow.
You drink it
Yeah, I mean cat.
to be like. I
They like the
don't-
idea of drinking.
Yeah, like why did a green colored drink become like a cool thing?
I feel like it's
don't
a very
understand.
white girl aesthetic,
Yeah, it
which
became
is just like,
any whiteification of any object is
Yeah.
like considered a trend, which I don't understand.
why are you a matcha girly?
I like the taste of matcha. I like I like matcha and I
Me
like
like-
Gotti. Have you been to Gotti in Delhi?
No.
It's like this really cute bubble tea place, and they make like matcha bubble tea.
Guys,
It's
men
fucking
used to go to
nuts.
war, but now they.
Now they drink
It's
bubble
matcha,
tea.
there's matcha and oat milk, and oh, it's so good. And there's like little bubbles and balls that I put in my mouth.
Line cut.
But yeah, back to Musk and Trump. What do you think? What do you think of the socio-political situation of the
The
country right now?
geo-economical
Yeah,
situation of
can
the
we
country.
talk? What are we talking about right now? Can we talk about the socio-economic state of the world?
Why don't you tell us? Give us context.
The context is these two
तू सच बोल रहा है कि
were
बना रहा है?
fucking basically.
Line
And,
cut.
They were into each other. They met and there were sparks flying. Trump
Okay,
and Musk.
actually,
इसको नहीं पता.
I think in this context, Trump is the top, Musk is the bottom.
No, basically, I did a little bit of research.
Tell me what you're going to say that's different to what I said. Just
Trump is the bottom, actually.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
the
basically,
other way.
Trump wanted to, in very basic terms, he wanted to release a bill into the into the US world or whatever, like basically rule change, whatever, right? Bill. So in that bill, I think government spending was increasing, which means the government had to pump in more money. And apparently 10-15 years back, Trump had tweeted saying that he's against that as a Republican. And Musk had agreed to that 15 years back. So Musk was annoyed by the fact that he is putting out this policy where government had to spend more money.
But what's wrong with the government spending more money?
I think it's like increase in tax
Okay.
on certain things. And another thing coming to that is Trump, the bill which Trump had was taxing electric vehicles more,
Okay.
which
Tesla, basically.
yeah, and
Yeah.
SpaceX.
Yeah, because
Mr.
initially
Musk,
he
yeah.
was against Trump. Like he's openly said that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I mean,
basically,
but
I
this
think
election, he was pretty
Yeah,
Trump.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
a few years
Yeah,
ago, he's
okay.
openly like
so.
spoken
Basically, when he realized that the taxation on like electric cars and all is going to be higher, he got annoyed.
Yeah, because the Tesla stocks went.
and there was a lot of information that Elon was very difficult to be around in the White House. He was
Yeah,
always
yeah.
on drugs.
Yeah,
He,
he's openly spoken about taking ketamine,
yeah.
prescribed ketamine.
And
That's what
he's
the-
very erratic in the White House. So people also didn't like him being in the
His
room.
presence.
Yeah.
But like most of us, have you seen his presentations and stuff?
Yeah,
He's
a lot
kind
of-
of weird,
He's
no?
tweaking, bro. He's fully tweaking. Like he'll say one sentence in 3 different forms, and he'll like suddenly dance
And smile at nothing.
Yeah.
But I think it's not necessarily the drugs. Also, he also has Asperger's.
So I've seen interviews of him before. He's very composed, very like okay, he might have had like a speech issue, but very mild. But like he's always like spoken normally. Like he comes across as somebody who's normal. But now he's tweaking. Like I don't know. It's
Isn't
weird.
ketamine the same drug that Matthew Perry overdosed on?
No, that's something else. I think. I don't
Ketamine is
think
like horse tranquilizer.
Hmm.
It used to.
I think it's the same thing. Like he made sure he kept getting those prescriptions when he didn't need it and stuff.
No, the thing is with ketamine intake, it shows on your body also. Like you kind of decay.
So that's what happened, no? They had
But I thought he was on
identified it.
painkillers, like some.
I don't know.
Ketamine painkillers.
Maybe something else.
I don't
then.
know.
Yeah.
Again, yeah.
So then, whose side are you on? Musk's or Elon's?
Honestly, they both scare me.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't like, I like reading news, but the only reason I don't like reading American news is because it feels like a dystopian world. Because the most powerful man in the world is a psycho. Like I agree to some of his policies, like
Whatever.
some of
Trump's.
yeah,
Like-
I agree with the tariffs where he's like, okay, if China is putting this many tariffs on our products, why shouldn't we, tariff them back? Like those things make sense.
Basically, he's promoting what Modi did in India. Make
Yeah.
in India, he's
Yeah.
trying to do Make in America.
Yeah, and like for example, some of his immigration policies, like it's your own country, you built it, you want it to be a certain way. Like there has to be some measures in place because you can't. Like it's nice to say in a utopian world that you should allow all immigrants to come and live in your country, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work for the people who are living in that country. So some of his immigration policies make sense, but sometimes he's psycho.
It just feels like US is like constantly doing like SNL skits.
Yeah. And the same time, Musk, like he's the richest man in the world. So if he's a psycho, like you think with some reasonable amount of wealth, you become normal.
But why do you feel like the immigration policies? I want to disagree on this. But I
Disagree?
don't know enough. I'm very.
No. I see.
unread.
It's not like I know a lot, but their whole like what ICE does and what the USA's policy right now is the fact that earlier what used to, like for example, recently there were a lot of Indians who were sent back from the US.
Illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants. So what they do is they travel to Mexico or one of the
Donkey.
Yeah, and then they.
and then they crossed the border, and then they got caught, and then they were sent back. Why is that wrong?
No, that is not wrong.
That
The
is not
problem is on. Right now, for instance, he's impacting students who are over there.
He's impacting a lot of families that have already settled down.
For
second
example,
generation.
students. Some of the student stuff, like he's fighting with Harvard right now. That's because
No, that's funding. We're
That-
talking about the immigration aspect of
yeah,
it.
no, even immigration. They're saying some of the Harvard, like if you are a Harvard student who's talking bad about Israel, then you will be deported. Like there are certain things you cannot talk about.
But that's like,
But that's against what they have, which is like freedom of speech.
Freedom
yeah,
of speech.
that's against them.
Yeah, but see, I feel like there's no difference between a politician and a businessman. He became the president of the country because he catered to a certain section of people, and
Yeah,
those
but he has to
sections of people are
continue,
so. he
And
needs
those
to-
people are a lot in the US,
so he needs
unfortunately.
to continue
catering to
catering
them.
to them than to cater to everyone. Because if you cater to everyone, nobody's voting for you.
You're saying it's a business move from his side.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think politicians only make business moves, and like, yes, like there's this recent video I saw where a cop was going to catch one truck, some Dodge Ram or something, and before he was going to catch, like he was in his car and he was going to arrest the guy because he was overspeeding or something, but that car got away, and apparently this cop got confused and he stopped another Dodge Ram which looked exactly like this, and out came like a student, 21-year-old student, and when she checked the documents, she didn't have any documents, and now she's getting deported just
my
out of
God.
like pure dumb luck. That's what the cop is saying, that I got confused. A lot of people are saying no, this is some shady
Some
shit.
kala jal.
Yeah. So now she's getting she's a university student there, but she's getting deported because she doesn't have like proper documents. So those kind of things, yes, it is wrong, but like
No, I mean, if you don't have proper documentation, then
yeah, but he's only sending back people who don't have proper documentation.
No, but he's also impacting. Like, for instance, when 4-5 years ago, if you went to the US on a student visa and then you're doing your masters there and stuff, the aim is, say you get a job, the aim is for you to eventually get that green card, right? But now it's a lot harder for people to even get that.
Yeah, but why should
So-
it be easy? Like,
No, but the thing is, you can't retrospectively implement a law, right? It should be prospectively, like
it?
going forward.
Like somebody, so you put a law in place and that impacts people who are impacted from a time where the law didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like they don't know the law was going to come into place.
Like, why would someone invest so much money in studying over there if eventually...
yeah.
Like-
yeah, that I agree.
So
That I
stuff
agree.
like that. And like people can't travel, come back, because apparently if you leave the country and you try going back, there may be issues. There's no guarantee, but there may be issues. Now stuff like that, like people haven't seen their families in over a year. And that's hard. Like it's not an easy space to be in, especially when you're so far away from family. You're anyway homesick. And not everybody has the means to go and travel.
It's not a
to-
cheap travel. Also.
Yeah, it's not a cheap travel.
No, those things make sense.
Yeah. Like some of it makes sense. Like I agree, you want to promote employment in your own country for your own countrymen. I understand all of that. But it can't be so drastic that it sort of imbalances everything else.
Yeah, no, I agree with some of us. I agree with even with his policies with Russia. Like he's friendlier compared to like other politicians, which is good for the world if Russia and US are not at war or like proxy war.
Can we also talk about Gukesh?
Beating
My
Magnus.
hero.
Huh?
Magnus.
Yeah.
The reaction.
Oh my! That man, he's so hot when he gets up and he just one hand in his pocket, one hand on his mouth, and then he.
I feel
Like
I
the
felt
aura
like,
is crazy.
I felt like he was one of those
Main
American
characters.
heroes
Yeah, like
in a movie.
it's like an explosion happened in the background, and then actually an explosion happened, like Magnus Carlson.
And when he like taps on the like he's already in shock as he made the move, the last move, and then he taps on the like table, and then he like snaps out of it, and he looks
Yeah.
at and he immediately like
And he apologizes instantly.
No, but there's history to this. You guys know the history.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Go for
But
He
yeah,
questioned
So basically when like Magnus Carlson is a genius. Like he's the best chess player ever, according to most people. But he's also like he has this
arrogance.
arrogance. So for example, when Gukesh won the world championship, he didn't take part. Magnus didn't take part. And when Gukesh won the championship, they asked Magnus, what do you think of Gukesh? And he's like, yeah, he's good, but he's not the best. Like,
Yeah.
he's not worthy of being world
he's not
champion.
worthy of being the world champion. And he has continued, like he has doubled down on it later and said, yes, I still agree on to those same facts. I'm not going to change it just because he's doing well. So, and in this match, there were 2 rounds. The first round, I think Magnus Carlson won. This was the second round, and Magnus Carlson was destroying him. He was absolutely destroying him. But, like, in chess, time is important, right? So, time started becoming lesser and lesser, and he started making moves really quickly. Both of them were making moves really quickly, and he made a blunder. And that's when he lost.
That Gukesh also says he's
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
got the time
Yeah,
crunch.
he's like 99 times out of 100, I would not have won.
Yeah, so that emotion just like...
What a cool
But I
guy.
think it's
But
good
I
to be
like-
humbled once in a while.
Yeah, and I like those cheesy things. Even in sports, I like this where it's like poetic justice kind of a thing, where like he tapped this thing and
Only
Gukesh's king was like still there and his king fell. And I was like, yeah, I like shit like that.
But I feel like if Magnus Carlsen was brown, and if he was Indian, and okay, say he's the best, most talented, most arrogant player in the world, still him acting that way would have been scrutinized a lot more than if
Much
100%
more.
was white.
Like if
If
Gukesh,
Aryan was analyzing that, he'd say it's because Indian parents don't know how to.
It's because Indian parents don't know.
no, like 100%. Like Gukesh had reacted that way, like our entire country would have been like made fun of.
And
Yeah, yeah.
that's saying
I
that
think
even
even
if
Indians would have made fun of him.
Yeah. Like it would be attack from
Yeah, everywhere.
call is coming from the house.
But we've had such great chess players like
Aryan Nair.
Vishwanathan Anand. Would you ever think your name would have been taken in the same breath?
I like Vishwanathan Anand because I scored in GK because of him.
Yeah.
I like the edits about him.
Yeah. You know, I did an ad with him like really long back.
Really?
Really long back.
Ad?
Yeah.
What?
some milk biscuit thing.
Mm.
He used to be the ambassador, and they were shooting in Kunur,
Yeah.
and they never pay for like side actors and all. No, there were 5 kids, and one of my friend's mother was the one who was like doing the production. She's like, okay, all my kids are going in. So it's Abhishek, her 2 children, me, and like one more friend of ours.
Can we find this ad?
I don't know if it's available online, but I think I have a picture.
What is the brand again?
Some milk cookies or some milk biscuit basically. But yeah, he's
That's
so
insane.
power, dude. Like he's so power. Like it's insane.
Seems like a gentle giant.
He's
like tall
very
guy,
gentle.
but he's
Yeah,
like,
he's like Rahul Dravid but of chess.
mm.
You feel me?
As a person that has played chess before, what is it about like Magnus Carlson that makes him so much superior to other people? Like, is it like in football? There's attributes like, okay, you're quicker, you're more skillful, you're creative, etc., etc.,
I
etc.
think
What is
it's
that
a-
in chess?
I think it's a combination of things. He's obviously extremely talented,
Okay,
like God-gifted talent, but mixed with hard work, and like on top of the hard work, he's absolutely obsessed with chess.
okay, all that, yeah, that's all the best. But I'm saying, like, what is that in chess? What does that mean in chess? Does that mean you can see further into the future and you can see more possibilities than your opponent, or what does that look like in chess? What does it mean to be a better chess player?
I think it's a combination of things like time management, the looking at different possibilities which can happen in a game.
Because you need to think 5 steps ahead.
Yeah,
right?
thinking of different possibilities in a game and like handling the pressure. I think that's probably the most important. And this man has almost created a persona where he doesn't feel pressure. Like this, like the reason this exploded into this internet meme and like everybody is speaking about Magnus Carlsen and Gukesh is Magnus Carlsen actually made chess sexy again, because like there was Viswanathan, and that was, for that, Indians were always crazy about chess, and before that there were a lot of Russians, Gary Kasparov and Karpin and stuff, so chess was big there. Then in the US there was Fischer, so chess was big there, but like there weren't any characters you could latch onto for some time where they were like, okay, chess is interesting.
icons.
Yeah. But this, like the eccentricities he has puts further spotlights on chess. For example, the chess world body says you have to wear like formal attire when you're playing chess, and he will come in
T-shirt
he'll
and
come in
hoodie.
t-shirt and hoodie, and then they will be like, you can't play, and then they will ban him for a game, and then he would have lost that game by virtue of not being able to play, but then he'll win the tournament because they'll change the rule, or he'll pay the fine and then he'll play. Or like this is it is the most arrogant thing you can do, where you are having timed matches, right? So maybe it's 5-minute game, 10-minute game, whatever, and every move you make, you press the clock,
Yeah.
and then so the clock is very important, no matter who you are. But in chess, time is very, like, it's a very etiquette heavy sport, right? So match says it starts at 9, it starts at 9, and there's like chess, because we have played a lot of chess and chess tournaments, it has an aura of like elitism, and everybody's very well behaved, and there's no space for like rowdiness, tomfoolery and all that. So game starts at 9 means it starts at 9. So if he's not playing, so the white moves first. So if he has an opponent and match starts at 9, the opponent makes the move. He moves the pawn, and his clock, he has to press the clock, which means Magnus's time has already started. Magnus won't be anywhere. He won't even be in the room. And then you'll suddenly see cameras of him like running, walking very fast. 2 minutes must have passed. And then he comes, he sits. And you would think, okay, some amount of time has passed, he's going to make the move. No, he adjusts the chess pieces first. Make sure everything's
It's like
central.
the Kanye of chess.
Then he makes the move and presses. By the time 3 minutes has passed, everybody's dumbstruck, like, what the fuck? And there are so many videos of this online. Everybody's dumbstruck, like, what the fuck is going on? This man is absolute psycho. And then he wins the game.
But is he like the greatest chess player of all time?
They say he's the greatest, yeah.
Who's they?
Like chess lovers, like chess people.
Them.
Do you remember seeing
cheaper.
him? And he's
Yeah.
so cute, okay? Like in person also. So we were in Dubai. We were in Din Tai Fung. Magnus
We met
Carlson.
Magnus Carlsen.
What?
Yeah.
And I have so much historical context of how this man is. So it was Shamini, me and Darsh, Shamini's cousin, right? And Shamini and Darsh, they don't have as much context of him because
Yeah.
I follow this. I'm like, there's no way I'm going anywhere next to him because I don't want him to explode or say something funny.
Yeah.
I have never seen Sharan be such a big wuss.
Yeah,
ever.
I'm like, there's no way I am going to him because I know exactly, and they don't have context, so they're like, oh, it's just a Norwegian guy. Why can't we say hi?
Okay, so we're like, dude, you have to go take a picture because I know how crazy he is of chess, right? Like, he's mad crazy. So I'm like, you have to take a picture. He's like, I am not going. And Darsh, because he's young, he's got this blood in him where he's just like, I'm going to do whatever I want.
That is the most chilled out human being.
Yeah. It's like if Magnus would have told him something, he would have also told Magnus something. But like, so he's like, I'm just going to go. I was like, okay, even I want to come. So Darsh goes up to Magnus Carlson, who's with his girlfriend. And he's like, hey, big fan. Can I get a pic, bro? And I'm like, Darsh.
And the photo looks like Magnus is taking a photo with Darsh. Not the other way.
Wait, so you still didn't go?
I
He
didn't
didn't even come.
I didn't go.
And so Darsh has asked, can I get a pic, bro? And then he's taking the picture. And I'm like somewhere in the background with my head propped up because even I'm a little like awkward. But it was
And
like
but nobody in, like, we were in Dubai Mall in Din Tai Fung, nobody gave a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
there was one other table which took a photo.
And-
And the thing with Magnus Carlsen is he always looks like he has not showered.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he always looks bothered, like he's just woken out of the
Very
sleep.
artistic vibe.
I have
yes.
only seen him like melt when kids go up to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Then
he's
he's
a big,
like he smiles a little.
yeah. And he had like his tote bag.
Ah,
and
yeah.
And
His
then,
shopping.
so when he walked in, I was like, this can't be real. And
Yeah.
I was like, guys, this is Magnus Carlsen. Then I gave a context. And then he went to wash his hands. So his girlfriend is sitting there, and Dash is like, bro, she's a baddie, bro.
Yeah, how did he get her?
How did you get her, bro? She's a fucking
She's
baddie.
hot.
I'm like, bro, this is the greatest chess player ever.
No, but Darsh
How
wanted
did
to
she
actually
get
get
him?
a picture with
Yeah.
her.
I'm like, how did she get him? Not the other way around, bro. He's like, she's a baddie, bro. How did you get her?
Yeah.
And like Darsh's whole, like, he's very easygoing and there's a vibe about him.
Darsh
He's
is Magnus Carlsen in
yeah,
his own
he's
way.
he's a cool guy. Like, you know, there are some guys you see and you know
he's
he's
just a
cool.
chill dude.
Yeah, he's just a chill dude, but he's also like the cool chill dude. So he's the way he moves, the way he takes his phone, and everything is cool. So the way he took the photo, like, it was too funny.
I'll try getting the picture from him.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't even have the photo.
Dude, he won't send it to me.
You know, he's like, bro, I don't look good in this, bro.
Yeah.
What?
I'm like, dude, I just want it from my memory. Send it to me. No.
Oh my god.
But yeah. If Sharan wasn't there, people wouldn't believe I saw the guy. Because I don't have anything to show.
Yeah, you didn't even talk about this.
I think we've once spoken about it. I don't know if it was on the podcast, on the vlog. Somewhere we've spoken about it.
Okay, guys, we don't know
West
much time.
Philadelphia, born and raised. We're rapping.
Oh my lord.
Guys, I'm done with this.
Guys,
On the
podcast.
playground.
block us
This is the
everywhere.
last episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye. We are never coming back again.
That was a good one.
That was good. I was going to start singing Ek Main aur Ek Tu Hai.
That's not even rap.